Earlier, you were talking about you're walking through a bank and you saw a lot of terminals that are running Zoe there. Can you talk about what are the other use cases that you have seen of Zoe? And second part of the question will be, what are the use cases where you think Zoe will be ideal?
So the use case, one of the DevOps, which is basically shift left. So the earlier a developer developing a piece of code or maintaining a fix or something can test that, provision a system up, deploy that, and get confidence it's going to work, and have everything that they need to give to the deployment teams before that rolls into production, the faster you can do that in a more agile way, the better the world becomes. It just becomes a much healthier world. And a lot of mainframe customers were challenged with DevOps a while back, but they were very risk averse because if you deploy something into production and all of a sudden people go to their ATM machine or they try and buy their coffee and it gets declined, it literally takes seconds before it hits social media and your stock price starts to slide. So people are very risk averse around that. So giving people confidence to do DevOps, embracing modern DevOps practices, that's a very, very popular use case towards Zoe. Having the development experience, I talked a little bit about COBOL earlier. So there's a huge amount of COBOL. I think it's still the world's most popular computing language. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's been overtaken by JavaScript or some C# or something. But there's so much incumbent technology on there. Before Zoe came along, the main way that you develop that was through a green screen interface. Now people develop it within Visual Studio Code, and we've got IntelliJ just coming in the rearview mirror. And that's a big one as well. People want to open up these applications and start to service them and start to make them more secure and build in more use cases. So all of those are coming. Those are probably the two most popular ones for me. And there's a lot more with AI coming down the road. AI really, really excites me. People having LLMs, large language models, to basically collect a lot of data and then use that so that somebody who's coming into an area that isn't a subject matter expert can basically benefit from all the knowledge left behind by those behind them. So training people to understand how an application has been put together, or language awareness. Those are really exciting things coming down the pipeline.